hosted by Matt Riches. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets, turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets, watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets, turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickets, watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickets. Grand Rising, Joyous Awakenings. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is Monday, August 10th, 2026. Happy Monday. SpaceX is entering last week's record rally. SpaceX is extending last week's record rally. Meta is producing one of the strongest moves of the morning, and major ETFs are holding near record territory. At the same time, the VIX gapped up overnight over the weekend, and several technology leaders are pulling back from their overnight highs. Greed remains firmly in control, but the market is showing some early caution. This show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. Before we get into the charts, let's get into the mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I'm the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable, I am skilled, I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, let's check out some data. There are no orange or red folders today on the calendar, so no major global economic announcements. However, investors are looking ahead to Wednesday's CPI report that will provide the next major update on inflation and could significantly affect the expectations of the Federal Reserve policy. The Fear and Greed Index is at 64, so we are right in the middle of greed. And that makes sense because SPY and the Dow have reached all-time highs last week. Investors are clearly embracing risk, but a greed reading of 64 also means we should remain disciplined and avoid chasing price without confirmation. The 10-year Treasury yield note is at 4.66%. Gold is at $4,330 an ounce. Bitcoin is around $65,000. Ethereum is around $1,900. Oil prices are moving higher as uncertainty continues around negotiations involving Iran, Oman, and access to the Strait of Hormuz. That remains an important inflation risk for the broader market. Let's get into Robert Greene's daily law for today. Title: Anchor their ego. Daily law. When people feel secure about themselves, when you anchor the ego they front, they are disarmed and maneuverable. The lesson is that people often become defensive when they believe their importance, intelligence, or position is being threatened. Whenever possible, make people feel secure about themselves. That can be accomplished through subtle flattery, an unexpected opportunity, an alliance, or by presenting yourself as an equal. When people feel secure and validated, their defenses become lower and they become more receptive to persuasion. In long-term investing, companies attempt to anchor shareholder confidence through consistent execution, transparent communication, dividends, buybacks, and responsible capital allocation. However, investors must be careful not to let flattering corporate messaging anchor their egos to a position. Becoming emotionally attached to the idea that you have selected a great company can make it difficult to recognize when fundamentals have changed. Anchor your confidence in research, financial performance, competitive advantages, and valuation, not in the need to prove that your original decision was correct. In day trading, the market constantly challenges the ego. A losing trade can feel like a personal attack, while a winning streak can create overconfidence. Both reactions can make a trader easier for the market to maneuver. The solution is to anchor yourself to the trading plan. Define the entry, invalidation level, risk, profit target before taking a trade. Your job is not to prove that you're right. Your job is to follow your process, manage risk, and respond objectively to price action. Stay patient, stay disciplined, execution over emotion, process over prediction. Now let's get on these charts so I can read these numbers. Let's start with NVDA. Pre-market is 223.30 to the downside support. We got 222.73, 221.55, 220.65, 218.35, 217. To the upside resistance, we got Friday's high of 224.75, the pre-market high 225.60, and then 228.95. Do remember that we are in the Smart Money Concepts resistance zone, and that zone goes all the way up to 232.30. So keep that in mind. Next, we got Apple. Currently in the pre-market at 309.25. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 308, followed by 306.25, 305.65, 304.40, 302.55. To the upside resistance, we got 310.75. Then the pre-market high, 313.80, 314.80. And then the bottom of this gap here at 316.30. Inside the gap, we got 319.35, 321.60, 322.95. Next, we got Google currently in the pre-market at 356.61. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low at 355.20, 353.80, 351.70, and 348.40. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high 357.90, 358.90, 362, and then 364.15. Next, we got Microsoft currently in the pre-market. Not a lot of movement on Microsoft in the pre-market today. Currently at 499.59. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 497.80. Underneath that, we got 493.50, 488.50. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, $500.40, followed by last week's high of 505.20, and then 510.80, 513.50, 515.55. Next, we got Amazon currently in the pre-market at 274.25. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low, 274. Followed by 272.75, 270.75, 268.85. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, 276.50, followed by Friday's high at 278.30, and then 282.80. Next, we got TSM currently in the pre-market at 419.61. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of 418.91, followed by 418.20, 416.85, 413.10, and 408. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, 423.79, 424.80, 426.30, 428.90, and 431.05. Next, we got AVGO currently in the pre-market at 428. The pre-market low is 427.50, followed by 423.80, 421.60, 418.15, 416.55. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, which is inside the gap at 431, followed by 434.10 and 442.20. Next, we got SpaceX, which is actually looking pretty strong here the past few days. Couple days, I should say. But Friday was great. We'll see if they can continue this upward trajectory. All right, current price, $135.20. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low of $134.50, followed by Friday's high, 133.50, 127.60, 120.10. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, 139.60, followed by 144.90 and 150.55. Next, we got Meta currently in the pre-market at 603.56. To the downside support, we got Friday's high of 598.75, followed by the pre-market low of 592.50. 588.45 and 585.60. To the upside resistance, we got 306.90, then a pre-market high of 310, followed by 311.25, which is a weekly level, and then we have the bottom of this gap here at 614.70. Next, we got Tesla currently in the pre-market at 328.90. To the downside support, we got 326.50, 322.80, 321.25, 320.15. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, 332.80, followed by Friday's high, 333.75. And then I got a weekly level here at 337.25. If we get above that, the gap begins at 342.15. Next, we got Berkshire B currently in the pre-market at 524.50. To the downside support, we got the pre-market low, 521.80, 518.80, 517.20, and 513.90. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, 525.80, followed by 528.30 and 533.25. Keep in mind, it is in a gap right now. The gap goes from 521 all the way to 535. And next, Eli Lilly, currently in the pre-market, is pushing pre-market highs at 1190. To the downside, we got the pre-market low at 1177, followed by 1174, 1161, 1153. To the upside resistance, we got 1197 and 1217. Next, we got SPY currently in the pre-market. Nice bounce right there on this hourly candle. Is at 772.62. To the downside support, we got 771.62, 769.60, 767.45, 763.10. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high, 774.69, followed by the all-time high, 776.85. Next, we got QQQ currently in the pre-market, is pushing pre-market lows, and that is 721.90. Underneath that, we got 719.20, 716.50, 713.55. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at 726.74, 728.55, 731.90, 735.20. Next, we got IWM. It's currently pushing pre-market lows, and that price is $300.50. Underneath that, we got $299.80, $298.80, $297.95, and then we got the top of this gap at $297.24. That goes all the way down to $296.70. To the upside resistance, we got the pre-market high at $301.75. We got Friday's high at $302, and then we got the all-time high at $303, y'all.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
Check out this song I made, y'all.
Trillion dollar dickers. Precinct. You thought you were competing with traders, with analysts, with the market. But the real battle is between who you used to be and who you becoming. The real competition is you. There's a me that doubts and a me that builds. One panic exit losses, one patiently chills. The old me chased every green that I saw. The new me waits cause I studied the law. Used to measure my growth by the money I made. Now I measure success by how well I stayed. Discipline through pressure, emotions in check. I ain't competing with traders, I'm defeating my best. Every gain ain't green, some growth is pain. Old me lost when I chased the gains. New me hoes cause the plan been set. Discipline first, I don't move off regret. Every trade ain't war, it's revelation. The only threat is hesitation. Fools are best, they not my test. My fights with the voice that doubts my back. One moved off fear, the other off plans. One folded fast, the other takes a stand. The market ain't changed, I did the work. Now I plant seeds where I used to search. Still need confirmation every play, cause I trust what I studied and move my way. Same chart, same candles, but different respect. The edge wasn't missing, I had to connect. Rain ain't green, some growth is pain. Old me lost when I chased the gains. New me hoes cause the plan been set. Discipline first, I don't move off regret. Every trade ain't war, it's revelation. The only threat is hesitation. Fools are bears, they not my test. My fights with the voice that doubts my best. There's a version of me that clicked off fear, and when that held strong, when the storm drew near. Used to treat the charts like a scratch off play. Now it's more like land that I survey. Used to react every time price moved. Now I study the structure and wait for the clue. Setbacks show changes needed to get paid. Real competition, 1% better each day. Freedom ain't loud, it's calm and clear. It shows up quiet when the noise is fear. I don't just trade, I'm breaking the chains. Old habits die while discipline remain. Ain't green, some growth is pain. Old me lost when I chased the gains. New me hoes cause the plan been set. Discipline first, I don't move off regret. Every trade ain't war, it's revelation. The only threat is hesitation. Fools are bears, they not my test. My fights with the voice that doubts my best. The market didn't beat you, the mirror did. You feared growth, you questioned your worth. But now you move with clarity, you move with discipline. And now you realize you are the strategy. The real competition was always you. Matt Riches, peace.